Good afternoon to everybody at Interactive and welcome to the February Triple M coming to you from the Engineer Workshop here in Melbourne. I thought I'd start today's briefing by just talking about people, and I wanted to welcome the Arrays IT team to the organisation. It's been a fantastic acquisition for us and we're already starting to see some wonderful synergies out of the Arrays IT team. So to Chris Atamian and others, welcome warmly to Interactive. It's great to have you with us. In terms of people, I think you've all heard me talk a little while ago around some of our challenges in the CMS organisation, but I was very pleased over the weekend to report a very successful cutover with the Asahi transition. Ray, Ty and the team have done a fantastic job over many weeks of cutting over Asahi into their new environment. So to Ray, Ty, Mal Reid, Imran, Stuart, Jason, Debman, Chamara, Nikki and Andre, and the broader team supported by John, Jason Carter, Jason Millack and Eamon. Wonderful work for Asahi and congratulations to you all. I love it when we deliver on time to our customers. Third thing I wanted to talk about is our customers paying us. I wanted to call out to the finance team a very, very positive result for January in terms of our debtors. We've had huge support from the hardware maintenance team and CMS as well as finance, and had a record collection of cash for the month, which I think I've talked to many of you about. From a marketing perspective, I'm actually holding up in front of me the marketing team's monthly ARN publication. Marketing, we have very focused on advertising and generating leads for us in this month. We're owning the cover of the ARN newsletter, and in March we're taking over the IT News website. So to Darren Reid and team, a fantastic piece of work with a view to us trying to drive more leads for you, our sales teams. From a projects perspective, I know Ari's been communicating with many of you around our progress around ERP. I remain very committed to our ERP program, but I do want us to slow down a little bit in how we're deploying ERP so as to go faster in our overall execution around phase one. We have a little piece of work still to do across the organisation to make sure that we're absolutely match fit to begin working with our implementation partner. We've got work to be done around how we're going to migrate data, clarifying some roles and responsibilities across the organisation, and fundamentally making sure that we're ready to go with phase one of the ERP deployment. I want us to be clear about what we're going to get in phase one and what it's going to cost us during that phase. We'll begin to think about phase two shortly, but I'm very, very keen to make sure that for phase one, we're very clear on our deliverables so we can execute flawlessly. A couple of more updates in the projects world. Look, we've had good progress during the month on our internal network refresh, which is on track for us to be delivered by the end of March. We are seeing a couple of challenges around our Footprints version 12 upgrade. We have had a couple of testing challenges which the team are working on, and I'm hopeful this week we'll have a better update on the real performance we're seeing out of Footprints so that for all of our network engineers you can enjoy version 12 of Footprints as I've promised to many of you. The customer portal in hardware maintenance is on track. I know Simon Durkin is looking at a demonstration of the hardware maintenance portal later this week. So I'm very confident that we'll have that available for release at the end of March as well. From a CMS perspective, I've talked to many of you about our Get Well plans. We have been successful in recruiting a number of project managers to try and reduce the burden and workload of unassigned projects. You may remember last month we had 50 projects that were unassigned. We've now halved that to 25 with the addition of some new projects coming on board. So I'm very, very confident that we're going to start to see a removal of that backlog in the projects world under Jason Carter. There is still a little bit of noise that we're seeing around our platform currency. Adrian and the team are still trying to understand the depth of some of our challenges there. We've got a good handle on how much work we need to do from a storage perspective, but still in the networking area, we've got a few months of work before I feel comfortable that we've got a clean and current environment across our CMS platform. A number of automation projects we've talked about in terms of monitoring, self-provisioning, The new monitoring tool with Science Logic we expect to be delivered by the end of March, which was as expected. Our Puppet automation tool we think is going to be a little after March, which is a little bit of slippage, but fundamentally I'm confident that Adrian and the CMS team are going to have the automation tools that you deserve and we hope to give to our customers. Some numbers for everybody. Look, January was a pretty good month for us. In fact, from a sales perspective, January was a record. We posted about $337,000 worth of new business, which is double our previous high in January. So a fantastic result. A lot of it driven by CMS. So thanks to Brad Bolst in securing Toyota Financial Services and Ilion with Michael Grease. Hardware maintenance was also above plan for the month, and DCBC was slightly below their sales target for the month of January. What is notable is hardware maintenance now, from a snapshot revenue perspective, has over $100 million worth of contracts in force, which is a fantastic achievement by Simon and team. Attrition was low in January, which is pleasing. Not unexpected, but nonetheless quite pleasing. So some good wins and I think really good momentum still in the business. Pathways to call out still is growing. We've got another 23 customers on the Pathways program, which is encouraging. And I expect our Q3 and Q4 sales pipelines to continue to be very strong. So that's good. I wanted to finish on a bit of a high and talk a little bit about sustainability. And when I talk about my vision for the company, you will remember that I've talked about us creating a sustainable business and sustainable organisation. Why? Because we know that businesses that focus their efforts on sustainability enjoy better governance and have better financial results. We also know that companies that focus on sustainability plans innovate better. And we also know that you deserve as an organisation and our staff to work for a company that takes seriously its responsibilities to create a sustainable environment. We held last month for the first time a sustainability workshop led by Merilee and Sean, and I look forward to updating you more on some of the outputs of that. But please be assured, sustainability as a theme for us is not a trend. It's not about being a tree hugger or going green. It is a fundamentally different way of us running the business so that we optimise our energy consumption, we optimise our community involvement, and we're also optimising our procurement strategies. Thank you for taking the time after a bit of a clumsy start with my introduction here, but please remember this is part of an overall program of communication to you, our staff. I'm committed to doing this. It'll get better every month. I enjoy standing in front of you personally each quarter, but every month giving you a pulse on the organisation I think is really, really important. Feel free at any time to give me some feedback, send Sam an email, and thanks for taking the time. Have a good week.